Welcome to Violin Adventures number 166. We're going to start off with a very special 1800s violin. It has a Stradivari label. We know it's not a Strad, but it was made very nicely and the wood has nice tone. So I have high hopes for this violin. We have here another old instrument. This one probably from the 1800s. It has many cracks here. Another crack down here in the base, and then some cracks on this side too. So we're going to open this up and get this set up the best that we can. Here's the inside of this beautiful violin. If you see the back, beautiful flame on there. It's also a beautiful top. This is really sad that somebody scraped it. This is very bad. The repairs are very low quality wood, and of course the grain is going across. The dimensions are off a bit. So it was before they really standardized everything. Okay, just talked to the owner and he said change that coal into a diamond. So that's what we're going to do. It is quite a bit of a coal right now. We've got all these bad cleats on here. We've got horrible glue that was used here. See this gray stuff. Maybe some sort of epoxy. Yeah, you just never use that. I need to get my judge's gavel out because we only use hide glue. Someday I'll get that done. But right now, let's get all these wicked little cleats out. Let's take out this bass bar and get this poor violin back to singing. Okay, we're working on the 1800s violin. This is the dark brown one. Now we've got to get the bass bar out. But you know that horrible gray glue that's in here, it looks like they repaired one of the cracks with that stuff. So I have to get my judge's gavel. So this is what I have in the shop. It's an old hammer made with some kind of skin that's been all rolled up like leather, only it's kind of white and it probably was more clear in its day. So that sounds good. Use hide glue only. Sounds like it's got good authority. Maybe I'll use this. I did start on working with a fancy one, but I just haven't got back to it. So this will do for now. Now this bass bar was really nice wood. They did really tight grain on it and it looks good. It's just that it's not quite in the right place. So I'm excited to get this violin singing again. Okay, our violin is free now. It can vibrate. It's got a few buzzes because of the cracks. So we're gonna smooth this out, get everything nice and clean again. Okay, I have great hopes for this violin. We're going to go ahead now and close up all the cracks that we can. We may not be able to close them all the first time. The first person that closed this, opened it and closed it, used the right glue. They used hide glue. The second person that came along used this epoxy, and it's all around here, and that's why, and it's globules of it all around here. So I'm going to have to clean these edges off. They're just extra epoxy type glue. Okay, here we are with our hot hide glue. And there are a lot of cracks just on the outside surface. So I'm going to start on those first and then move to the inside. Having sealed all those cracks, we have tone. We have really nice tone. This just puts music in my soul when I can hear that. So the next plan is to go through and cleat all those cracks. Now, this area in here, you could just bend it. There were so many cracks and they were so flexible. Now it's back to being stiff, which is what we want. So I'm going to cleat all of this, and then we can work on a base bar. Okay, I've laid out the cleats where I need them to go. We're going to get started cleating this up. We may have to do 2 sets of cleats, but at this point we'll do these and then we'll see if we missed any. And of course we're going to take down all of this, all of these cleats. They're way too thick, but it's good when you start out to be thick. And remember, I have little pieces of leather glued on here, so I'm not putting these clamps on here, just metal to wood. That would be horrible. Okay, there we go for the first batch. We'll see if we got them all after it dries. Okay, we're here with our 1800s Strad copy, and we're gonna get these clamps off. It's got a good strong tone. We'll take off all this extra wood so that it can really sing. Okay, we took down these cleats. It's still got a beautiful tone. You can just hear the power in there. But we need to go for round 2. All the stress points have cracked at some point in time. So I marked them. We got about 7 or 8 more cleats we need to put on here. And I'm being very careful because I don't want too many cleats, but just enough to help keep it from opening again. Next, we move on to a little cello that needed some attention. Okay, what we have here is an 8-size cello, and if you compare it to a violin, it's a little bigger than a violin. And the trouble this little fella has been having is his A string is buzzing on the fingerboard. So this little tiny bridge, we're gonna just make it a little taller, but I was checking on the inside and it looks like this crack that was here on the top repaired, but there's no cleats underneath. So just because I can get in there, I'm just gonna throw in a couple cleats just to give it extra support, and then we'll cut a new bridge and see if that solves the problem. Bridge cut, we've readjusted the sound post, and now we're going to set this up. At this point, we're going to, just for safety, put 2 cleats in here to support this crack that's already been glued. I'm not a cellist, but I can give it a little bit of a play here. This is another violin, probably from the early 1900s. This violin is a Klotz copy, and the quality isn't that great, but we are going to see what we can do to make it sing again. We're back at the Klotz copy violin, and we need to cleat where the crack was. Okay, there it is. We need to let that dry. So here we're at the Klotz copy violin, and since we had to open it up anyway, we decided to go ahead, change out the bass bar, and get this sounding as best as it can. We're going to get this bass bar out. The good thing is there are no cracks, no other cracks in this violin, so as soon as we get this done, we can close it up. Got the bass bar ready to be glued in. We were able to get some more work done on the cello. Okay, while the other two violins are drying, I'm running over here to this cello to get a little bit of work done on it. And since we have the neck in and our edge is established, I can now put in, now we'll do the second cut, which goes about like here. I go straight in, and then at an angle, there it is. Okay, now we're going to take the clamps off of our bass bar on the Klotz violin, and we'll take the bass bar down and see how the top sounds. That put some tone into this violin. This top was not very lively, so this bass bar really helped that out. I'm going to finish this up and I'll be right back. So the next thing to do is to seal the inside of the violin. We're going to get a label in there and get ready to close this up after we wash out the brush. Okay, here's inside the Klotz violin. I just wiped it down to get all the dust out, and I'm going to go ahead and seal it because the wood is quite raw. That sounds good. Alright, we're going to take these clamps off. Okay, we've got the Klotz violin set up. We've got Eudoxia strings on here because that was in the violin case. Someone probably donated them. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and play this and see how it sounds. Okay, it sounds like the violin hasn't been played in a while, so it needs to be woken up. And besides having a new bass bar, the molecules have to get realigned again. But we'll play this a little bit more and see if it'll wake up a bit. Okay, it's got a nice tone, but I'll do a little adjustment and we'll come back and see if it got any better. I'm plenty happy with the sound. I just want it to give more. So these are gut core strings. They have a beautiful, lovely tone, but I'm sure for the mariachis, you're going to want to go to something a little bit stronger, but at least the violin is responding now. All right, it's got the life and vibrancy we were looking for.
Hi, I'm Freddie, and I have some beautiful video for you all to see. This past week, one of my friends from California sent a video from the West Coast, and another friend from North Carolina sent a video from the East Coast. So here they are. Thank you for sending those beautiful pictures, and now don't forget to send me all your videos and pictures. Hope you have a wonderful new year. Bye!
Umi mekokel et yom bo'o. Umi ha'omed beheraoto. Who can abide or bear the day of his coming? Who can stand when he appeareth? If you know where this is found, please leave it in the comments below. It's Friday afternoon. It's been quite cold, in the 20s at night and probably in the 30s right now. Let's go inside where it's warm. Here we are in the shop. Let's take an inventory of the projects going on right now. The first one is our little 1/8 size cello. He's back to singing again. And here's our big cello in the white. We still need to drill the holes for the pegs, but we do have a bridge started. So hopefully by next week we can hear that cello. Here is our Klotz copy violin. He's all finished with new bass bar, new bridge, new sound post, and new pegs. We'll get that ready to be shipped out. And over here is our special Strad copy violin from the 1800s. We're calling this one a coal that we want to make into a diamond. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This next week will probably be different. I hope to get that cello up and playing. We also are going to have some visitors staying here, And it looks like some storms are going to be coming through. I don't know if we'll get snow or not. So we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your thumbs up and your wonderful comments. Thank you to the new subscribers. And until next time, bye.